Good afternoon everyone and welcome to the Raspberry Jam craft session. My name is Simona and I'm the founder of the Cavernoma Society, one of the small UK Cavernoma charities that the Raspberry Jam is supporting today. Since it's Mental Health Awareness Week, I've decided to make some affirmation flowers with you this afternoon. They're very simple but very effective. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon's craft session. Since it's Mental Health Awareness Week, I've decided to make some affirmation flowers with you. Living with Cavernoma can be really difficult. Often, people say that it changes their life overnight. They can go from fit and active to tired, sluggish, and sleeping all the time. But even if you don't have Cavernoma, mental health is very, very important, and a lot of us have suffered over the last 18 months due to the pandemic. So, I'm hoping that these affirmation flowers will bring some sunshine to your day. They're very, very simple, and everyone can make them. All you will need is some coloured paper, some scissors, some straws, a pen, some PVA glue or a Pritt stick, whichever one you prefer, and that's it. So let's get started. So for the majority of this video, you're going to be seeing my hands because it's easier to show you close up. You're going to start with your paper. I've got some simple origami paper, but you don't need that. You could even just have A4 print paper that you cut into a square, and then you can choose to colour it afterwards. Choose a colour if you have got coloured. If not, get your felt tips out. I've chosen orange because orange for me is a bright, basically signifies happiness for me. Anyway, whenever I see orange, I think of the sun, I think of sand, I think of a beach. So choose a colour that makes you happy, because this has to be a positive affirmation for you, and it's going to be something that you're going to be looking at every day. So you start by folding it in half, then you fold it in half again, so that's twice, and finally you fold it in half a third time. So 3 folds. You'll end up with something like this. So with this bit at the top and this bit at the bottom, you're going to get your pen and you're going to draw the top of your petal like this, round. This is your petal. So you see that? The next bit is scissors. So if children are doing this, please make sure they're supervised, because it can be quite tough to cut when you folded it so many times. But this is a great great thing to do with your kids as well, because I think mental health has impacted children at a very young age as well. So it could be quite a good exercise for you to do with them. As you can see, this looks a bit like a heart. I want to tidy mine up a bit, just make it a bit more rounded so it's more like a petal. So you can just fiddle around with that, fiddle around with the corners like this. And then what you're going to do is you're then, see if you've got your heart upside down, can you see this crease, this where we folded it? You're going to cut until about 1 centimetre towards the end. So you've kind of got this flappy bit. Right, then ta-da! We open it up. Now, before we start doing anything else, this is your affirmation flower. So, what you need to do is you need to write your affirmations on here. This is something, if you don't know what an affirmation is something that's really positive, that inspires you, that will help you to wake up in the morning and start your day in a very happy, jolly, positive manner. So for me, my positive affirmations are usually, I am enough. Because often we can compare ourselves to other people and we don't feel good enough. Especially living with Cavernoma, a lot of people say that it changes their life overnight. You can go from a fit active teenager to a sluggish, slow, sometimes even have a physical deficit. People say that Cavernoma changes their life overnight. Whether you're young, teenager, in your 20s or 30s, or you're facing retirement, it doesn't matter what age you are. Any mild change to your... People say that Cavernoma changes their life overnight. Whatever age you are, Cavernoma doesn't discriminate. We've got members who are babies, and we've got members all the way up to retirement. And old age. So it doesn't matter how mild the change is. I think when your life changes overnight, it can be quite demoralizing and depressing. So things like this often help. I know for me, I often compare myself to other people. You know, there are things that I can no longer do now because of my Cavernoma journey. And I look back and I think, oh, I used to be able to do that. Why can't I do it anymore? But it's not about the past, it's about living in the present. And that's what I'm learning. So my first one is I am enough. The second one is I am happy. Because if you tell yourself you're happy, you will be happy. My third one is everything is happening as it should. Fourth one, have faith. Every day is a fresh start. What else can I put? I would put, and you, by the way, my handwriting is terrible. You can make these look really, really pretty. Next one is, I find joy in everything. Because we often do look for the negatives, but actually there's so many good things in our lives. What are you grateful for today? That's another good one to have. I am grateful for my friends and family. Okay, so you're only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. The other two, the bottom two, please do leave them. So it should look like this. Also make sure that all your petals, this one isn't cut in the middle, so make sure all of them are cut up to that 1 centimetre middle line. Okay, what you're going to do is, first of all, one of these petals at the bottom that's blank, you're going to completely get rid of. So you're going to cut it all the way to the middle and you're going to remove it. See, look, oh, it's like picking a flower. There we go. So you end up with that. Now the second one, you're going to use this to stick your flower together. So you kind of cut like a little V shape, like this. So you end up with almost like a little stem. Okay, you can get rid of those. Now the glue comes in. So I'm just going to pour some PVA glue. I need to open my glue. Okay, there we go. Mine's a bit messy. And I don't have a Pritt stick, so you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to use one of my straws as a Pritt stick. So what you're going to do first of all, actually, before we even do this, you're going to get your pen, turn it up, turn your flower upside down, and you're going to fold like this. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. You put your pen like this on the leaf and you just fold it so your flower curves round. Okay, so you folded all your leaves inwards, so, or your petals should I say. Okay, you're going to put a tiny bit of glue on this bit that you've cut, and then you're going to fold this round and you're just going to stick that like that. So you just end up with a flower shape like this. So I folded my petals a bit too much, so I can unfold them a tiny bit, and I've got to let my glue stick. So I'll leave that to one side. In the meantime, we're going to make the centre. So the centre for me, I think I'm going to make with let's make it this kind of creamy colour. What you're going to do is you fold like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take the bottom and I'm just going to cut, not all the way, probably about ½ centimetre to the top, just little bits little lines quite close together. So I'm almost creating like a frill effect. Right, so you end up with this kind of frilly effect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll this. So like this. And then we're just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the end of it to stick it. And then once your flower's dry, I need to undo my petals a tiny bit because they're a bit overdone. And then I'm going to dip this in glue like this, and we're going to put this in the middle. You're just going to open it up like this. So basically, look, once this dries, it will look like this. It will look like the middle of a flower. And then what you're going to do, your final bit to finish your flower is, let's see if I've got some green. I have got some green. I'm just going to wrap my straw in green. So I'm going to put some glue on my straw like this. I'm going to just dip my straw in glue, and then I'm going to wrap it round like this. Should be enough. And then I'm just going to put one final bit of glue at the end just to stick it down, and you just cut. So that's my stalk or stem, whatever you want to call it. And then if you wanted to, you can just create some leaves. Like this. Just put one like that. Like that. Okay, and then to stick your flower on, what you will do is, see at the top of your straw, you've got like a little hole. You just dip the bottom of your flower in glue. There we go. So you've got your affirmation flower. You can add more leaves if you want. You can make several of these flowers. I tend to make a few of them for different moods. So there might be one that's simply I am statement. So I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am doing my best, whatever you think you need at the moment. But you can make several of them, and then I tend to put them in a vase or a plant pot, you know, just however you feel works for you. But I think they're brilliant, and they're very, very simple, and they're really good to do with kids. Thank you so much for joining me for the craft session. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you once again to the whole Raspberry Jam team for organising this event and for fundraising for 2 small UK Cavernoma charities. Your fundraising means so much to us, and it really does help us to continue spreading the word about Cavernoma, because if one of you has learned any more about Cavernoma today, then, you know, that's already a massive accomplishment. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to visit our website, www.cavernoma, CAVERNOMA, society.org.uk, or you can email us on hello@cavernomasociety.org.uk. And hope you enjoy making your flowers. Please feel free to tag us and share them on social media. We'd love to see your designs, and we'd love to see your affirmations. We tend to post a lot of affirmations on our Instagram channels. Oh, mine's falling apart. Please make sure it dries. We tend to post a lot of affirmations on our Instagram channels, and so please do follow us. We are Cavernoma Society on Instagram. We are the Cav Soc, SOC, on Twitter, and we're Cavernoma Society on Facebook. So please do follow us, give us a like, give us a share, and share your pictures with us. But I hope you've had fun. Enjoy making your flowers on what is quite a rainy day in the UK. So maybe add some brightness to your day with these affirmation flowers. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to do a craft session with you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care.